without wasting much of your time, thanks for coming back to my channel. So I'm on my topic as usual. You guys know me, I love to always talk about certain things that are not good. And like I said in one of my videos, I said that because I'm no longer an artist, I'm no longer a singer, I don't write music anymore, I don't go to the studio anymore, I'm more prone to looking at society and finding out those things that are not good in society, and finding my own way of trying to correct things. I'm not going to correct everything 100%, but I think that if these people know exactly how they are perceived, then they might make an effort or two to change their ways. This is how society is corrected, okay? If nobody talks in the face of evil, if nobody speaks up, then evil would not stop. And I've been silent for a very long time. Even when I used to talk, when I used to speak, nobody was actually listening to me. It was almost like I didn't have a voice. And I was talking and talking and nobody was listening. So somehow I became quiet. I couldn't speak anymore because it was almost like when I'm talking, nobody is understanding what I'm saying. When I'm talking, they still go behind me and say she's not saying the truth. When I'm talking, they stare at me like I don't know what I'm talking about because my voice is not loud. So I decided to be loud and I decided to talk and I decided to repeat it all the time. And now a lot of them are quiet and act like they can't hurt a fly. And that's because I'm talking and I'm shining my eyes, which is very intentional. Because where I come from, if you don't shine your eyes and open all your mouth, nobody's going to listen to you. So now that my eyes are shining, they think something must be wrong with me, or I'm being, what's the word? I don't want to use certain words that might be stopped, that could stop my video. But they think I've gone to get power somewhere and suddenly my eyes are shining and they think fire is going to come out of it. And that's the only thing they understand. Because if you don't speak with your eyes open and all your nose wide and all your mouth, all your 32 teeth is showing, nobody's gonna believe what you're saying. They'll think you're not serious. So I'm hitting all these topics right now because I want to be heard. And I want those people who disturb me, I want them to know how I see them. Because I'm not talking about how I see them or how I perceive them, doesn't mean that I don't see them. I do see them. But I live by certain principles, which is just let everybody live the way that they want to live. As long as I'm not paying their rent, I'm not feeding them, I'm not doing anything for them, they have a right to live the way they want to live, because we can't always go and be correcting people. They are here for a reason, to learn. Okay, to learn and have their karma, because it is through living that they grow. They make mistakes and then they grow. And then they grow from there, okay, and become better versions of themselves. So if we keep correcting them all the time, then they're never going to grow. They're never going to learn from their own mistakes. So sometimes it's best to leave people to learn, but then they use people like myself to learn. And we want to say, oh, they are ignorant. They don't know what they're doing. Like what I talked about in one of my videos, 2 videos ago, thereabouts. And I talked about people who are ignorant, which is why I'm making this video. And sometimes we want to forgive them for their ignorance, which might be part of inexposure and being uneducated. And, we want to forgive them for all those shortcomings. But then, even though they are ignorant, the damage they are causing is not ignorance. The damage they are causing is not saying, oh, the person who created me doesn't know what he or she is doing, so I'm not gonna cause this damage. So I'm not gonna cause this damage because he or she doesn't know what they are doing. I'm not gonna create this war because he or she doesn't know what they're doing. No, damage is not like that. Damage is not selective. Damage is damage. So we can't keep giving excuses for them and say they are ignorant. But then they've caused a problem or a series of problems for someone or for people. They've caused high blood pressure for people. They've destroyed relationships. They've destroyed marriages. They've destroyed people's source of income or sources of income. They've destroyed people's reputation. They've slandered people's names or name. Those are damages that cannot be fixed to a certain extent because it has already been done or it is already done. The damage is already done, so it cannot be fixed. And the person who is creating this damage will want to say, oh, they are ignorant. He or she is ignorant. They don't know what they are doing. We can't keep giving such excuses. Okay? And like I said, ignorant people can be clever sometimes. They might not know what they are doing, but they are crafty. They are very crafty. And the purpose is to create problems in people's lives. That's being crafty. That's being crafty. You have a lot of crafty people who are crafty because of their kind of background. They learn that from their childhood, how to be crafty. It's something they picked up from their background. And no matter how much school they didn't go, or how much education they didn't get, they are crafty, they are crafty. Okay? And their intention is to cause damage. Their intention is to cause damage. And that's what they are causing in people's lives with what they do. Sorry, my eyes are going to be going here and there. You know? So that is the intention. That is what they hope to achieve, to cause damage in people's lives. And we can't say, oh, they're ignorant, so let's forgive them. What about the person they caused high blood pressure to, who has probably died? What about the person's marriage that they destroyed because of what they said on social media? In fact, they don't really talk about men. It's women that they talk about most of the time. 90% of the time, they pick on women. Our women pick on women on social media 90% of the time. Okay? So what about the woman who they destroyed, whose marriage they destroyed? What about the man whose marriage they destroyed? What about those people whose careers they destroyed? Are we still going to say they are ignorant? They've destroyed something, and it cannot be fixed. It is only being managed. Like me, for instance, I love to take myself as an example. Due to all the negative stories people have been spreading about me over the years, I've only managed my life to this point. I've been managing my life. Sometimes in the past, when I would go to get a job somewhere, they would shut the door in my face because of the negative stories they've heard about me. Okay? It's only here in the UK that I'm able to get jobs and keep getting. If they had their way, they would have come to the UK to still destroy my reputation here. And they tried, which is what they use social media for. To destroy my reputation so I will not be able to survive and live like everyone else. I will just be existing. And that's why they came on social media to do what they did. And we can't say they are ignorant. We can't still keep saying that. Okay? So we can't keep giving excuses and saying they don't know what they're doing. And this is very common in our society. Somebody wakes up and is saying nasty stuff about somebody, saying lies, speaking lies all the time, and we leave this person. Nobody questions the person. Nobody says, come, you need to come out and say this thing, and let us add up your story, let us try and put up your story and make sense of it. Nobody. They just believe the person. And the person is destroying somebody else's life. Okay? Nobody is speaking up for that victim. They all believe the story and they start acting funny towards the victim. Nobody is speaking up. This is the kind of society that we live in. Nobody stands up to speak up for you in our society. You need to learn how to be speaking up for yourself. And don't let ignorant people use their mouth, the things they say from their mouth, to put you in trouble. And like I said, I've been there. I know how it feels. And yes, I've been through it all. They destroyed my career, my music career. That's why I don't sing anymore, because of what they say with their mouth. And like I told you people, I had the experience of the Nigerian musician. I'm going to call him an artist because he doesn't play a music instrument. The Nigerian artist who did all he did to me in Lagos, I had to run away back to the UK. And all my money, I lost my property because I had to survive. The music industry was not giving me any money. And I'm not ready to bend my principles because I want to be a musician or a singer. I want to be, what's the word? I'm not going to bend my principles because I want to make it in music or in acting. Both music and acting, they were blocking my way because of the terrible things they had about me. And that is why I'm doing my own videos. That is why I'm doing my own career in my own way. I don't want to work with anybody. Because then those ignorant people would come in there. And I don't like those people around me. Because when they say things with their mouth, they say it behind you, but in front of you, they are smiling in your face and you don't know it's them that is saying it. And you wonder why your business is not working. Why things are not working in your life, why people are running away from you. It's the ignorant people. And they will be smiling in your face. But they've caused damage or damages. They've destroyed your reputation. So people see you and run away. People don't want to engage with you. Because somebody who doesn't have sense is judging you behind your back and saying all sorts of nasty things behind your back based on how they see life. If they are rotten, they feel it's the rotten things that they do that you do. So they go and tell other people that you're rotten. You do rotten things. Things that they do, they put it on your head. And that's them causing damage because they feel everybody's like them. Everybody who's successful is like them. Everybody's cutting corners to be successful because that's what they do. Everybody is doing, you're following men for money because that's what they do. If they were in your own situation, that's what they would do. But that is how they reason. That is their perception of life. And then they use that and create a story about you and put it out there to people who work with you. And creates all that damage. And if that's not enough, they come on social media. And if you're not mindful, they spread all that on social media to even a bigger audience. So how are you going to defend that? And they cause damage for you. To thousands of people, they tell them. And anywhere you go, those people look at you like you're stinky. Like something is wrong with you. And then it starts to create a mental problem for you because you're trying to analyze why people talk to you the way they do or why people look at you the way they do. It's because of what somebody is telling them behind your back. It's like one woman on social media, I'm not going to call her name, but I've talked about her before. She was a year ahead of me in secondary school. And she was friends to my friend. She was a friend to my friends. And she came on social media when I had blocked her to see all sorts of nasty things about me. I don't even know what she said about me, to tell you guys the truth. But I knew it wasn't good because one of my friends told me that, look, what this woman said about you was terrible. And that was when I had blocked her. Okay? I had blocked her then, and then she wrote a lot of nasty things about me. And because of the situation I was going through at the time, I didn't really know what was happening because I was so focused on my own problems. And she said a lot. In fact, there were two of them, according to what I heard. I had blocked their two, and they wrote many things about me. But then when I unblocked her, because she took another account to approach me, when I unblocked her account, she just came and apologized. But I didn't know what she had said about me. I didn't know the magnitude, but it wasn't good. And that was before I traveled to Nigeria. I didn't know the magnitude of what she had said about me, but it just wasn't good at all. Because I had the effects. I saw the effects when I went to Nigeria. I saw the effect of what she wrote about me when I had... Then we didn't know what cyberbullying was. It was something new. Because she had come and she had written the P word, that I was a P in the UK. I'm not going to call the full name because I don't know if they will ban this video if I say the word. That I was, doing that in the UK. I was going to the club or something, club girl in the UK. She had come and she had written all that about me, I think. Because that was how I was being treated. I left the UK like somebody who was being deported. And that's why I said that they go spiritual. They caused a lot of problems in my life as at then. Because we didn't know what cyberbullying was. And I'm speaking about up to 12 years ago. We didn't know what cyberbullying was as at then. Is it 12 years or 14 years ago? 2009. Nobody knew what cyberbullying was. It was something new. So everyone read it. Everyone in my university, everyone. And I think the person who called her to order was her husband. That was the person that put her to order. By then, she had already caused the destruction. Because everybody around me started acting funny. And because I didn't know what she wrote about me, I couldn't speak up. Because I didn't know, where was I going to start from? I had blocked her when she did all that. So when I unblocked her because she approached me with a different number, then she apologized and said she's sorry. And I couldn't understand why this woman was apologizing. She was apologizing for the damage she has caused. That's what she was apologizing for. And I had no idea how much damage she caused in my life. Okay? So I went back home and I saw the damage for 3.5 years of my life. Everyone who knew her and knew me acted funny because of what she wrote about me. Acted funny towards me. Everyone was funny. Everyone was weird. So I've learned to stay away from them. Anything that concerns them, I stay away from it. Any connection, I stay away. Relatives, anything, friends, I stay away from them. I can say hi, hello from a distance, but I'm never going to be close to anyone who knows them. So that's how far they can cause damage in someone's life. And even as I came back, I know she has been walking on the ground. Because if her husband could say, don't do this thing to this woman, she may or may not have stopped. She might be working through somebody else. 2 of them, in fact, might have been working through this last one who never gave up since 2015. So they had to go and bring my junior from my secondary school to come and, talk to me anyhow on social media because they are all my seniors. So they were trying to paint me bad, pay back some game. I never had issues with them. But they had some sort of issues with me. And that's why I'm making all the series of all these videos to make them come out and tell me what the issue was. Because I really don't know. Sometimes people can have issues with you and you don't know what the issue is. You don't know what the problem is. But you have no right to want to be by yourself. No, they want to be in your life. You have no right to want to keep yourself to yourself. No, they want to sit with you there, wherever you are. And sometimes things like that can cause problems. So that's why I'm making all those videos for those 3 cyberbullies, mothers precisely, to find a way and let me know what the problem is. And I'm not even talking about the ones back home who did what they did for more than 15 years. And nobody has approached me. Because when I'm quiet and I don't talk, then they start creating all those negative stories. So I'm trying to let them know that yes, negative stories have some sort of effect on someone's life. And even though they look ignorant or they seem ignorant or they say they don't know what they're doing, the damage they caused, okay, the damage they caused doesn't go, oh, I'm not going to cause any damage because this person that said this thing doesn't know what she's doing. The damage is done. The damage is done. For the past how many years of my life, going to 15 years now, the damage they caused, it is massive. And if I start bringing them all out, they won't be able to go to bed at night and catch a good sleep. Because they cause a lot of damage, including mental damage. Mental damage, all sorts of damage. Okay? And that's why I'm making this video. That we might forgive them that they are ignorant. But then, it creates a big problem in your life. In your life. And they can't apologize properly. Because they don't even know the magnitude of what they are doing. They don't know how big it is. Because they don't have a conscience. Let's just put it that way. They don't have a conscience. And I hate to deal with human beings who don't have conscience. I have conscience. They've put this thing in me from a very young age to reason. To think. They can't think. They can't be remorseful. You know what it means to be remorseful? You have a look, or you take a look inward and ask yourself questions. They can't ask themselves questions, and I don't know why. I don't know why. And I'm very disappointed with a lot of people. And that is why I'm making these series of videos. If these videos can help them look inward and ask themselves questions. And like I said in previous videos, such people are very dangerous. They are very dangerous because they are unaware of what they are doing. Okay? Even a machine knows it's been in operation. A car knows it's driving. You put it in gear 1, gear 2, gear 3. It changes gears. That's been in operation. Awareness. A car has more awareness than them. They just go boom. Boom. The damage, they just cause it. Alright? And some people say it's jealousy, it's envy. It's terrible if it's jealousy and envy. Or whatever it is. We cannot keep giving excuses and trying to box things up. It's jealousy and envy. No, it's a wicked person. It's somebody who wants to cause damage even though they seem ignorant. They want to create problems for you in your life. Like I said, they are very crafty. They are clever. They have a mission. They have a mission. And that is to destroy you. Destroy who you are. Destroy your work. Destroy your efforts. So that you will come out and start crying. And you become miserable. And then they will clap their hands in public. And say finally they've won. They've put you down. So they have a mission. So we need to stop giving excuses. And saying no. They don't know what they're doing. Somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, if you correct that person once, the person will listen to you and say, okay, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. All right. Oh, I need to change what I'm doing because it doesn't seem right. That's somebody who has a conscience. All right. But somebody you keep correcting all the time and telling, and the person is not listening to you. Instead, their wings are rising, or they're looking for more ways to do these things that you will not discover that it is them that is doing it because you caught them the last time. They look for other clever ways to do it. It's somebody that wants to do something. And something that is not good is what they want to do. Because when you catch them here, they change their pattern, they go the other way. You catch them there, they change again, they go the other way, and they keep, becoming bloated. That is somebody that wants to do something. Sometimes when they bloat like that, like peacock, it is what they want to do that makes them bloat. It is what they want to do, so they appear like that. Okay? So when you keep correcting them all the time, it's not like they are not listening to you. It is because there is something that they want to do. There is a mission that they have against you. And that's why they can't listen, they can't hear you. Because they are focused on what they want to achieve at the end. Unfortunately, they end up destroying themselves. Because you get to find out who they actually are, the kind of people they are. And then you don't want to mingle with them. And then they've lost a true friend. Okay? So, we shouldn't always say they're ignorant. They don't know what they're doing. We can't be giving such excuses on their behalf. We can't take it lightly and say, I'm not going to take this thing serious, what this person is saying about me. We can't turn a blind eye. We can't turn a deaf ear or two deaf ears. We can't be deaf in the face of somebody who's trying to destroy our reputation. Because your reputation is very important. So you can't be deaf to it. All right? And that's why people have damage control when the problem has become very massive and can't be controlled. Then you have these celebrities who have public relations officers who come out and do damage control. But people like myself, I don't have who is helping me do damage control. So when my own started, I had to say, come and explain your story. How can people be carrying bad story about somebody? I said, come and tell me the story. Come and tell the entire public. Until today, they've not come out to say any story. They've not come out to say any story. Even the one that said stories about me in the past, more than 15 years ago, when I was young, I've carried a lawyer to the person. The person, the lawyer came back and said, oh, she said she made it all up. I said, why will you? I was even disappointed when she said she made it all up. I was thinking, oh, she was going to say somebody pushed her to do what she did. I was thinking that was what she was going to say. And then I thought about myself, especially when I came on social media and I heard all these people saying the same thing about me. I thought to myself, this person might be working on the ground. People like that rarely change. If they can make up stories about you when you're a kid, they will still make up those stories about you when you're an adult. And find ways to shut you down and hush you up. You're not able to speak. And that is by sending the louder people, the people who have the loudest voices, to talk about you to everyone, because they're very loud and your voice is tiny. Nobody's going to listen to you. So that's manipulation, and that's a device, that's a means. And that's why I said that this one on social media who didn't agree to shut up for many years was applying the same method that was applied against me when I was 15 years of age, to tell lies about me and make people hate me. And when everybody runs away from me because they all feel now I'm a bad person, it's still the same people who are telling lies against me that will probably be living in my house and taking money from me now and again. All right? But then they'll still go outside and tell people outside that I'm still a bad person. And that nobody will agree to be around me. But they will be in my house. That same person who's going out telling people I'm bad, I'm evil, I'm this and that, is the person who is sitting in my house. All right? So it's a mechanism. Once they chase everybody away from you with their bad stories, they'll be the one benefiting from you. And people will be looking at you as an evil person, whereas the person who's spreading lies about you is in your house or is around your circle. And I have somebody where I live who does exactly the same thing. She goes from one friend to the other and tells them different things about all the friends. And these friends can't come together because she panics when they do. Her brain works over time. She thinks, I don't know, but her brain works over time to keep everybody apart from each other. All right? And if you are all together, she panics and she tries to separate you all because she thinks that when you're all together, you're going to talk about her and all the things she said about this one, she said about that one. There'll be trouble because everybody will discover what she's been telling everybody about everybody. So she makes sure she doesn't get everyone together. She makes sure everyone does not come together. She does that in marriages, she does that in relationships, she does that in friendship. And if she has a way, she will do that in a working environment. So we all need to understand the sort of people who these so-called ignorant people are and the type of damages they are causing in people's lives. All right, so you who's watching my video, the person with a good heart, the person who is progressing, the person who is creating things, moving forward in life, keep on doing what you're doing, keep on staying blessed. Don't let anybody bring you down, don't let anybody destroy your reputation. just be good, continue being good, continue being your good self, and continue doing your work. But when somebody is destroying your reputation, stop giving excuses and saying they are ignorant, because the damage they are causing is not ignorance. It's gonna hit the target. All right, so thank you so much for watching my video, and stay blessed.